Aerial dance is colorful, flamboyant, and it seems to defy gravity. The performers are not only artists, they are highly conditioned and daring athletes. With her feet on the ground for once, we now have Nancy Smith. You're always doing those high-flying acts. Tell me a little bit about Frequent Flyers.
Well, we're in our 27th year, and we have been pioneering the art form of aerial dance in Colorado and making Colorado the home of aerial dance pretty much around the world. What you're looking at is footage of my dancers in a piece we premiered this spring that we'll be doing an excerpt of in the upcoming Aerial Dance Festival.
So amazing to watch. And tell me more about that Aerial Dance Festival.
This is the 17th annual Aerial Dance Festival, and we bring in artists from all over the world to teach and perform, and then students also come from all over the world to participate for 2 weeks. The general public can come to lectures and workshops and amazing performances where they'll see this particular apparatus, which is called traveling rings. And it was brought to us by one of the artists who will be performing on something called a sear wheel. But the traveling rings you may have seen at Muscle Beach or as a fitness activity, and it's just now making its way into the dance world as a performance form. And as you can see, it provides a lot of motion, and you can climb up on it.
Boy, they have to have a lot of strength. Where do you find your flyers? Are they local? Do they come from all over the world?
We audition people from all over the world, and they do have to train pretty heavily. They are often dancers or gymnasts who come to us, but we mostly look for people who are classically trained in modern or ballet, and then we train them to be in the air.
And I understand that local residents can actually take in a show, and they can also actually be trained by you. Is that true?
That's true. We have a school in Boulder, and we offer classes year-round for ages 4 through adult.
Wow. How many people have learned to fly with Frequent Flyers?
Oh my gosh. I know.
Did you keep a tally?
Well, I know that I personally have taught over 3,000 people, but we're teaching 800 students a year since we opened our dedicated facility nearly 6 years ago. So it's thousands and thousands of people.
There's the number at the bottom of the screen for you to call, 303-245-8272 if you want to see a show or if you want to be trained. You can also go to frequentflyers.org, the web address. If an angel donor gave you $1 million, Frequent Flyers, what would you do with it?
I love this question. Thank you for asking it. 2 things. One, we'd increase our outreach to our at-risk population that we work with, primarily teens, and serve more of them. Right now everybody's on scholarship who comes to our facility to work with us, and then we're in several schools in Denver and Boulder. I'd also build a facility so that we could host performances and not just have classes, and make it affordable for people to come and take class and see performances in our own facility.
Very nice. Gosh, those are some good dreams. You never know who's watching. There's a lot of people in town that might want to help out a little bit.
Bring it. We're a nonprofit, so it's tax deductible.
If it's my dream to become a frequent flyer, what kind of skills do I have to have? I would imagine upper body strength is a must.
Yes, it comes with the doing. I will say that. It's upper body and core and integrating upper and lower body. But we start literally from the ground up. So you would literally start on the floor touching the apparatus, and then you'd come up to standing, and then you'd gradually go onto the apparatus. We've trained, as I said, thousands of people, and they come from all walks of life. Some people are just doing it recreationally, but we also have a professional training program where students come to us for 9 months, and they train for 27 hours a week. And at the end of the program, they go off and have careers, and some of them get hired by us. And
that's cool. Is there any difference between what Frequent Flyers do as an art and their skill compared to maybe like what people do in Cirque du Soleil or the circus or anything like that?
A lot of it translates across the art forms between circus and aerial dance. Cirque du Soleil obviously has a much larger budget than we do, so their productions are over the top and fabulous, and love them, and we actually have performed for them quite recently in Montreal. But the aerial dance aesthetic blends dance, moving on the ground into the air and then back down onto the ground. Circus is a little bit more about the heart-stopping, hold your breath.
Yes.
And I'm not saying aerial dance doesn't have that, but it's not necessarily the primary aesthetic.
So going back to the festival that you mentioned earlier, it must take a lot of work to put it together, but what are you looking most forward to? Where you can sit back and go, yeah, that's my baby.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Really, it's the mashup of all the people who come from all walks of life and all over the world to take class and be at the performances and experience the amazing art form. And then the audiences who get to see this show that you can't see any other time or anywhere else in the world, because we bring these artists together for this one weekend of performances. And for me, the feedback at the end of it is people's lives have been changed, whether it's from seeing it and thinking, wow, this is actually possible, I could actually take a class, or there's people doing this amazing thing in the world, or the students who come and have their minds blown by trying something new and achieving something they weren't sure they could do, or upskilling. We have many professionals who come as well as brand new people.
Just watching that video here, I'm like in a trance. It's so beautiful how you have the spotlight and what he's doing with that giant hula hoop.
That's called a sear wheel, and he's the one who brought us the traveling rings, but he'll be performing on the sear wheel. This is Sam Tribble, and he trains U.S. gymnastics participants. He's a world-renowned gymnast coach, but he is also world-renowned for this particular apparatus, and as you can see, he's a master. It takes so much skill to do what he's doing.
If you're watching this and you think, man, I would like my son or daughter, or maybe this is something I would dream to do, you can be trained by frequent flyers. You just need to call 303-245-8272, or you can go see a show yourself. It really is beautiful. You've been doing this for how many years?
Me personally, 29 years.
29 years.
Yes.
So you pretty much have seen it all. Is there one thing that you want to accomplish, maybe a skill that you haven't learned yet?
You know, really, I would love to be able to fly. Without any apparatus, just with my own body, no parachute, no wingsuit. I don't know that that will ever happen, but who knows? Maybe I'll get some sort of bionic addition when I'm
Isn't that amazing?
Figured out how to do it, but really, it's I love getting on all the apparatus. I love trying new things. I love building new strength to do different kinds of things, and you know, I'm pushing the envelope because I've been doing it a long time, and I'm older, but I'm continuing to train and perform. And I like to try to be a little bit of a role model that you're never too old to come and fly and try this and develop the strength that's needed.
Well, you certainly are a role model. You're doing great things for our community. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
The Aerial Dance Festival is coming up August 7th through the 9th. And yes, space is still available in workshops and classes. You can call right now. It's 303-245-8272. Or you can go to their website, which is frequentflyers.org. Stay with us. We'll be right back.